We're leaving the joyful art kingdom of Fusterlandia. Check our playlist if you'd like to see the video. And heading into Havana. The weather has not gotten any better. It's windy, and as we near our destination, we see that the waves are very high and threatening the Malecón, Havana's famous roadway along the ocean front. The square was built during the Batista regime and called the Civic Square. Castro changed the name from the Civic Square to the Revolutionary Square and added likenesses and statues of Che Guevara, Karl Marx, José Marti, and Camilo Cienfuegos, the revolutionary confidant. The centerpiece of the square is the 358-foot monument. The square encompasses about 750,000 square feet. On many occasions, more than 1 million Cubans filled the square to listen to Castro giving a speech. Many governmental, political, and administrative offices are on the periphery of the square. After leaving the square, we'll be heading off to lunch at another highly recommended palador, the Cuban term for privately operated restaurant. We'll meet the chef and we'll be observing as he prepares our meal, which will feature lobster tails. These we will happily devour while being serenaded by a live band, the same one you've been able to listen to thanks to the magic of non-linear editing. We've left the restaurant and are walking over to reboard our bus. We'll be heading over to the San José Market, a large arts and crafts emporium on the waterfront. And so for those of us so inclined, a great place to buy some more souvenirs. Cuatro. Well, I tried. I guess Cinco it is.
I thought you said you were done.
As you can see, we've made our way through the cavernous market and have reached the backside facing the harbor. Though Havana is located in the subtropics, this is a gray day and the water does not look very inviting. We'll go back in, take one more quick look around, then go out front and wait for our bus. Most of the antique 50s cars seen everywhere aren't quite what they might appear to be at first glance. They've been cobbled together by ingenious and resourceful mechanics. Locally, they're known by some as Frankenmobiles. Many of the most attractive ones can be pressed into service as tour cars or taxis. As you've seen before, if you've watched our videos, much of the city is run down. Undoubtedly, the long and continuing United States trade embargo has contributed to this in no small way. However, significantly, despite the urban blight and the poverty, the streets in Havana have seemed safe, and Cuba has one of the very lowest crime rates in the Western Hemisphere. Okay, Hess has been waiting for me very patiently, but now it's time to get back on the bus. We're off to visit the classroom of a nearby Boys and Girls Club after-school program. We're told that it's only a short ride away and that they're waiting for us. Most of the Cubans we've encountered have shown a positive attitude and real vitality. This is the first time that we will be meeting with children, kids from this neighborhood who live in houses like these. We're certainly looking forward to our visit.
Cada uno dice el nombre, la edad y qué
¿Y el derecho? Un derecho de...
Mi nombre es Gabriela, tengo 10 años,
Her name is Gabriela. She is 10 years old.
estoy en quinto grado
She's in 5th grade.
y los niños tenemos derecho a una alimentación, atención médica y vivienda.
And she said, very important right, children have the right of having good food, having a home. ¿Y qué más? ¿Ya?
¿Qué van a estudiar?
Bueno, medicina.
She would like to study medicine. His name is José Agustín. How old are you?
Tengo 10 años.
Like here, he is 10 years old. And está en quinto grado. And todos están en quinto grado. They are in 5th grade. 5th grade, yeah.
Y los niños tenemos derecho a conocerlos a ellos.
And he said, children have the right of knowing their own rights. It's very important.
Mi nombre es Bárbara Larcón Barreiro,
Her name is Barbara. Yes.
tengo 11 años.
And she's 11 years old. Pero la mamá she's the oldest.
Y los niños tenemos derecho a que se respeten nuestro idioma y nuestra religión.
And children have the right of respecting their own language and religion.
Mi nombre es Araceli Pérez Valentino, tengo 10
Ah,
años.
sí, yeah, muy bueno.
She is happy, excited.
Yeah, really fast. She's 10 years old.
Tengo 10 años, estoy en quinto grado.
She's in 5th grade.
Cuando sea grande quiero ser o cirujano o diseñadora.
Wow.
Or what?
She would like to study design, you know, design or
She could use it, yeah, she wanted to be or design or a surgeon. So I guess it has to be, you have to have a design or a surgeon, right? You have to know how to.
Los niños tenemos derecho a crecer en nuestra vida.
And she said, children have the right of respecting their own private life. Her name is Liz. She's 10 years old.
Y quiero ser bailarina.
She would like to be dancer.
Y los derechos, uno de los derechos del niño es que tienen derecho a jugar y a deporte.
And children have the right of playing and ¿qué se llama? And to rest.
So do I.
Yeah, Chanel is her name.
Tengo 10 años.
She's 10 years old.
Cuando sea grande quiero ser cantante.
When she be adult, would like to be singer.
Y los niños tenemos derecho a vivir alejados de la violencia.
And children have the right of to live isolated, far away from violence. Far away from violence.
Mi nombre es Laura Susana.
Her name is Laura Susana.
Tengo 10 años.
She's 10 years old.
Estoy en quinto B.
She's in 5th grade.
Cuando sea grande quisiera ser cantante.
She would like to be a singer.
Y uno de los derechos del niño es vivir lejos de la contaminación ambiental.
A very important right to live far away from pollution and contamination.
Porque en el cielo brilla el sol cada mañana y mi esperanza siempre está en tu corazón. Nunca dejes de cantar, nuevas puertas se abrirán y tus sueños van a hacerse realidad. En el cielo brilla el sol cada mañana y el amor mantiene viva la ilusión. Nunca dejes de cruzar, nuevas puertas se abrirán y tus sueños van a hacerse realidad. Juntemos las manos, que todos tenemos la esperanza en el corazón.
Wow, Marti's kids great? Kudos and all thanks to them, their teacher and program director and our guides for making our visit possible. After traveling only a kilometer or two, we've deboarded our bus onto Havana's famous Paseo del Prado. Up ahead, imposing and dominant, is El Capitolio, inspired by the United States Capitol. The building was completed around 1930. It served as the parliament under the Batista regime. When Castro took over, it became underutilized and was not maintained. However, as you can see, restoration is now underway, and we've been told that El Capitolio in 2016 will once again become Cuba's parliament building. The ornate building that Hesse is walking over towards is the Gran Teatro de la Havana. Among other things, it is the home of the Havana Ballet. The theater, completed in 1915, replaced an older one that was built in 1837. Coming up is another monument to José Marti, the Cuban poet and revolutionary martyred in the fight against Spain 120 years ago. It seems he's Cuba's most publicly honored hero from the days before Castro. A number of well-known hotels, mostly old, are located on or near the Prado. Also some foreign embassies. The center of the Prado is a tree-lined pedestrian lane. Well, there goes Hesse, our producer, chief financial officer anyway, and lead still photographer. She's looking for some more good photographs before we say hasta luego and head on back. past 60 years, the Jewish community in Cuba has been reduced to no more than 1,500. This is mainly due to immigration, primarily to the United States. There are still several synagogues in Havana, though none with a full-time rabbi. Of these, Bet Shalom, where we've arrived for a quick visit, is probably the largest. With its library and associated community center, it's a center of Jewish life. A senior member of the congregation graciously greets us, and after an interesting conversation, we're ready to be off again. A remarkable visit to Cuba is almost over. All that remains on our itinerary is another visit to Old Town for a farewell dinner at a government-run restaurant said to be one of the very best in Havana.
Guantanamera.